Howdy, it's Lonnie Ray Williams, Chairman of the Independent American Party, or Independent American Patriots, as we have voted to now be known. Now, a lot went into that decision, and we didn't take it lightly. And we knew that we needed to take on a different direction. And what we had been doing for a long period of time, and what others are doing, trying to fight that party system, it's a big battle, and it makes it really difficult for you to focus on anything other than trying to achieve party status in individual states, 50 of them, or other territories across the nation. And, you know, it's really hard if that's your sole focus, is to try and work on that, and so much effort has to be done on each individual state. And the message gets drowned out, and all it takes is one individual who's corrupt or has a different vision to wreck the whole system, and it just never works for we the people. And we took a look throughout history at what our founding fathers' vision was, and what we discovered was that the founding fathers' vision wasn't one of parties; it was one of principled people. That was pretty profound for us because, well, we stood and stand on principles of good government. And, well, that made sense to us to check out of the party system and to operate under the First Amendment and assemble under the First Amendment in our local communities and our local areas on things that matter most to the individual member, rather than a top-down approach where a chairman or anybody who might feel a little bit self-important directs and tells other people what to do. It is we the people who get involved and enact change in their communities. So we're flipping upside down. We're turning into an organization that is run truly by the members, and that means a lot of change. And it's gonna be new to a lot of us. We're gonna be doing things a lot differently. But this is an opportunity for you, the individual, to get involved in your community, to get involved in the organization and what used to be party in your local area. So that means if you have a school board that has problems in your area, then we work to fix your school board in that area to be more responsible to the people. If you have bad legislation in your state and you want to testify, then we can help prepare you to testify against that bad legislation before it becomes part of a law. If you want to organize a protest in an area for something that you feel is unjust, we can show you how to do those sort of things. If you want to focus on community cleanups or a community garden or other things like self-sufficiency, then certainly we can do that. Ultimately, whatever is important in your local community, in your local area, is what we are here to help assist you with. We are turning our organization into a servant-style organization where the leaders are there to try and provide information and assistance to the general membership for the troubling and challenging times ahead. Now, we've heard it said that we're getting out of politics and we're going to push back in a really big way. Although we are not a political party per se, we are very much trying to elect individual people. And those people are principled people who have demonstrated a desire to be responsible to the people, to we the people, and to ensure that they represent the will of the people instead of corporations or other entities or whatnot. And that's what we're trying to do, is fix our local government and our local situation. If we can make sure that our school boards are good, our hospital boards are good, our city councils and county commissioners are responsive to the will of the people, and the people themselves are actually involved in the process and attend these meetings, then we can start to have the type of success that we need and come together. That's what we're changing into as an organization that reaches out and crosses bridges. And we chose to announce this on Independence Day at an event that I was asked to attend by the Center for American Studies at Concord. And the whole event the idea is to reach across the aisle and bring people together and trying to find out what we can agree on. What do we have in common one with another? What is it as human beings on this planet that we share in common, that we can open dialogue back up, that we can become human beings again, that treat each other with dignity and respect, and figure out how to live together on this planet. Because if we don't, we're on the cusp of absolutely annihilating each other. And I got to tell you, the risk is real. And our children, our grandchildren, they deserve a future. And if some crazed idiot decides to push a button on either side, it doesn't matter what started it at that point in time. It doesn't matter how angry somebody was or what they did. You can't take that back. And this planet is forever changed. And our future is in doubt. And that of our children and grandchildren. We're that close, and we need to take a serious look at where we are as individuals and overcome some of our own biases, overcome some of our own tribalism, and to reach across the aisle and to try and find common ground. That's what this movement is all about. That's what the independent American Patriots are here to stand for. That's the new direction of our organization, is to get out of the party system. Like George Washington said in his farewell address, the party system is nothing but, will lead to nothing but the destruction of the nation. And that's what's happened. And we need to encourage the great walk away. And we're a political party that is walking away from party status, not to get out of politics, but to get into politics like our founding fathers got into politics, by looking at individuals who are pillars in their own local communities and getting them to stand and to take the mantle of responsible leadership that is representative to the people and respects the Constitution. That's what we're all about. We're here to rebuild communities, to restart, to do something completely different. Because let's face it, folks, what we've been doing for a while hasn't been working. So it's time to do new things. And in new, we kind of think to look at it as looking into the past. Because it's our founding fathers that inspired this. It was researching and reading and writing about them that inspired me to think about this. And during the pandemic, we had a lot of local town halls that sprang up throughout 3 counties. And it was just all grassroots. They were all completely different. Some worked on school board issues. Some worked on canning and self-sufficiencies. Others worked on more spiritual aspects. Each town hall in different areas did what they needed to do. One of them just did nothing but pretty much protest. I think they did about 100 protests a year. And that was, protesting mandates and lockdowns and things like that. But it was the things that created a sense of community around that. And each one was uniquely different. And that's what inspired me to turn this upside down and turn this organization back to the people and let them do what needs to be done in their particular area, and for us to assist them and to try and find the tools and resources and things to make them the best versions of themselves that they were created to be. And that's where we're headed as an organization. We're trying new things because what we had been trying to do wasn't working. And we know that time is short and requires bold, new action. And that's what we're all about. we're seeking feedback, and we know that there's a lot of people who are resistant to change. We've heard that, but we're also hearing from a tremendous amount of people who are pretty excited about the direction we're going. And there's no greater time for you to influence the direction of our organization and to give us ideas on what you'd like to see in your local community, to stand up and to get involved and to help coordinate us as we reboot across the country. So that's, in a summary, where the Independent American Party, or excuse me, Independent American Patriots is going. And we'll carry or we'll still maintain our trademarks and copyrights and everything else, and we're still, the soul is still the Independent American Party. We're still the 15 principles. We're still standing as we were, but even in all of our old literature, we're the party or the anti-party party. And ultimately, to truly become that, we have to walk away from that and be bold. And there's no greater time than now to take bold action, to walk away from party status and to convince everyone else to run as independents. And certainly where permitted, you can run as Independent American Party candidates. I know in Washington State we don't have challenges to running in any particular form or fashion and party. You just run as whatever you are. Some states are a little bit more difficult. So, if you feel so inclined, great. But as far as our organizational structure, we're changing. We're operating ad hoc right now to explore the best way to move this ball forward. And we've got a great group of people who are now coming online and getting involved. And now is a good time for you to get involved in your local area too. But either way, that's pretty much in a nutshell where we're at. There's a lot more coming out in the months ahead. This is going to be a process. There's a lot of things that we need to do, boxes we need to check, and this is something none of us have ever done before. And so we're gonna figure it out together. And if there's things that you'd like to see, then by all means, let me know. But I ought to cut this short. The cloud has moved and the sun's getting into my eyes, and I'm sure I've spoken long enough. So God bless each and every one of you who stand up for liberty and freedom and are making a difference in your community. That's all it takes, is to stand up and do something, and let the Lord into your heart and let Him guide you, and He'll tell you what you need to do. You just need to figure out if you're going to listen or not. And hold on tight and have fun, because it's quite a ride. All right, God bless y'all. Thank you. And I'm looking forward to seeing where this new journey takes us. And I guess welcome to the Independent American Patriots is an appropriate statement. Thank you, and God bless.